Good morning, guys. Okay, I had a conversation with Mr. Todd the other morning, and he said, you know, it's your fault, Blackie, because you've done all these percussion revolver videos. Now I'm hauling all kinds of stuff to the range, and I got all these guns and all like that, and I'm screwing this up because I can't keep up with all my stuff. How do you keep up with all your stuff for your percussion revolvers? Okay. I took that as how do I organize going to the range. Alright, and that's what this video is going to be about. I use an assembly line system, and as Mr. Todd said, sort of like going to Subway. You know, you come in and I want this, and then you assemble it as you go down the line. Well, I have a system like that as well. So, first off, there's the generic range box. Okay, now let me show you this a little bit closer. Okay, the range box. This is the generic box that carries all the stuff that you're going to need. That means it's got all the cleaning supplies that I need for whatever it is I'm going to be shooting. Now in this box is cleaning supplies for everything from a 22 to a 12 gauge. All in here and organized and ready to go. That way, no matter what I'm bringing to the range, if we're going out and shooting skeet, if I'm working on a slug load for a gun, if I've got a new 31 pocket model I'm wanting to look at, whatever. If I've got a 1911 or a 9mm high capacity Glock, I've got the tools I need right here. They will be screwdrivers. They will be other tools in here available and ready to go so that I can targets, tape, etc. to put up. Now, I'm going to go to the range and I'm going to shoot my revolver. I'm going to shoot my Remington 44. I'm working up a load, let's say, so I'm going to need powder, ball, cap, right? So into the range box up here in these top goes a powder measure for working up loads. I've always got ear protection and eye protection in the box. That's going no matter what. I carry my powder flask. Now I like these generic brass powder flasks. I've had them for years, you can tell. But I label them with a piece of masking tape. So I know that's 777 and that's powered XP. If I was doing 3F or 2F or whatever, I label them. I always label them, and I can also dump them back into the main container once. I need to I'm not going to play with that anymore, and I'll swap around. But that way I'm labeled and know exactly what it is I'm grabbing. See? And I refill these before I come out. So at home, what I have is I have my powder safe, which is a big fire safe that I purchased several years ago, and my black powder goes in that as a fire safe. If the building catches fire, that's good to 700 and something degrees. It gives us time to get out, and it also, you know, I've warned my local fire chief of, should you ever get here and you have a fire at my house, this room, that window, and that far left corner where you can just shove a hose in the window and get to it. If this part of the house ain't on fire, it keeps it from going, right? So I've talked to my local fire chief about that, because I'm in a real small community in the middle of nowhere with a volunteer fire department, so, etc. But in that also goes my powder flasks. So, I know I need the range box. Pump, I'm going to need powder. So out comes powder, and out comes caps. And I like old medicine bottles. They're great for this. Those are percussion caps. Tubes of them. I'll grab that and utilize those at the range. Next, I'm going to need ammunition. Well, beside this box, there are small ammo boxes like this, plastic ones, that are designated for different things. So let's say this one, which isn't this one, but say the one that was sitting there says on the front of it on masking tape, 44. And in there is all my 44 ammunition that I'm going to be having. Now, if you notice, like I said, I like these bottles. There's a reason for that. But I'll get to that in a second when I get out here. But I can look in there, and on the top it says 454 lead round ball. Okay, I grabbed that. I also have one that says Johnson & Dow. I also have one that has Kato Ujama bullets in it, etc., or even 451. So I grabbed that. I've got powder now. It came out of the powder safe. I've got the bullets now. Came out of that. Also in that box will be another thing like this that will have wads in it. Homemade wads. So here's my wads I'm going to need. Okay? So I got caps, powder, wads, and ammunition. Set to go with that. Now, these little bitty ammo boxes are sold in sporting goods at Walmart. And they're like $5, $6, $7 a piece. So I have one that's for 44, one that's for 36, one that's for 50 cal for my big flintlock percussion, my big flintlock muzzleloading rifle, and I also have one that's labeled 31. Then I also have other ammunition, so like 22, that's all where all my 22s go, 9mm, 45, etc. So they're organized right there. All I got to do is grab what I'm using, open it up, and pull out what I need. Now this one is percussion revolver paper cartridge maker. And in here is all the little bits and tools that I need for making up paper cartridges. Everything I need is in there other than the ammunition of the ball and the powder. Everything else is in here. If I need resupply, it goes back in here. Now once I get to the range, these bottles come in again. Because I like these screw type lids. I will unscrew the lid, and up here on the shooting bench I will pour some ammunition into it. That's my quick grab. So I can just reach up and grab the round ball in the loading process. There will also be one of these with the wads. So rather than me have to hunt and fuss, and now where'd the wads go? I just line it up in an assembly line. Here's my powder flask, here's the wads, here's the ball. I just pick it up and load in order. When I get done, if I got any left, I put them back in there, screw the lid back on. Pretty simple, huh? So it's going to be a boom, 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 boom. What powder goes here? What about the wads? Goes here. What about what ammunition am I using? Goes here. Last thing is my cap or my cappers on the end. So it's 1, 2, 3, 4. Like you said, some subway assembly line. So my paper cartridges, they are in separate containers that I can bring out and protect them, bringing out here and putting them on the range, so that when I open it up, there they are. Those are in small ammunition boxes, so I can just pull them out and utilize them. In my wet environment, the paper cartridges don't last that well, simply because the air is so humid. Right now we're at 91% humidity, and it's only 7 a.m. How long do you think that cartridge is going to last before it absorbs some water and dampens it down? Not long. So I keep them in a sealed container. So, also, like I said, in this box is my cleaning. So I've got something to wipe with. This little set is sold at Walmart, and what it is, you open it up and there's rod links and all the cleaning brushes for 22 to 45. These are about $10 at Walmart. And I've just screwed that end into this end. This is where the rod end, this becomes the handle for your cleaner. But because of that, I can clean all my percussion revolvers with this, because I've got the rod, I've got the etc., and I can screw on a tip like that just to scrub out cylinders and things like that. Wrap a patch around it to go in there and wipe out. So I use these brushes. I don't get the slot tips. I use the brushes, because that way I can, wipe out bores with a thin patch. So let's say I'm going to clean out my 45 bore. Okay, I will put the 38 brush on here, put the patch on it, use that the patch holder to run up and down and clean it. I've got cleaning supplies in that box of some sort of liquid that usually I use Windex for that. And then I also have other lubricants, like I have natural lube to lube the bore. I have spray oil of some kind to lubricate the outside of the gun to prevent rust. All of that is in that box. So my range box, my universal range box, carries that, and then I just plug in like this whatever I need. Now whenever I get home, well, I come in, I do the cleaning process, and then I strip the range box. Out comes the powder flask, those go back into the powder safe. Out comes the ammunition, that goes back into whatever box it was supposed to be. And that generic box of 44, that's where that ammunition and those wads go together. I have another box sitting over here that's nothing but the bulk of the ammunition. So 4.51 round ball, 4.54 round ball, Johnson & Dow conicals, Kato-Jama conicals are in that box, and they're in 100 rounds in a Ziploc bag. I'll transfer to fill that small box back up. So I have, say, 50 rounds or 100 rounds, whatever I'm planning on using, in that range box. And I've got a little assortment in there. So when I pop it open, I'm using the round balls in the plastic bottle I showed you. But I also got like 25 rounds of the Johnson & Dow lubed and in a container in there too. So if I get out here and I just get a wild hair and I was planning on using just round ball, but you know, I feel like playing with that Johnson & Dow or whatever. Well, I've got 5 cylinders, you know, 5 times 5 cylinders sitting there worth. That's more than enough for me to plink and do something. See, and so this is how I run my range box. I hope this clears up how I do it and how I bring it to the field. And I hope it will give you some ideas of how to make an assembly line of it so you have less fuss and muss. One last thing, tools that I put in here. I have needle nose pliers. I have a screwdriver set with several small bits, things like that, because this is the universal box. Now, if there's some tool you need, for example, you know, they make a compression tool for the 1911 to press down and unlock that barrel bushing should it be extremely stiff. That'd go in that box, wouldn't it? Because that's a tool I may need down the line. If you have a time you've gone to the range and I just forgot to bring such and such, that goes in the box when you get home. You don't want to just fill this up with junk. But you see what I'm saying, it becomes the box. And so I'm shooting a 1911 today. The box comes and the proper ammunition and the extra magazines. This has got all the target stuff I need in it. I'm not shooting that down, I'm plinking with my 22. The box, correct ammunition, that's got all my targeting stuff in it. See what I'm saying? Do it like a subway. Assembly line it. When you get home, deconstruct it back into. You'll never get to the range and not have what you need. Hope this gives you some ideas, guys. Thank you very much for the comments. And if there's anything I can do or some idea you want me to look at, please leave it down in the comments below. Till next time, guys, I'm Blackie wishing you safe journeys. Have a great day, guys.